Hello guys, back to the video. I bought this iPhone 7, which is really an iPhone 8, for 20 bucks. Now let's see what I got. I did get an iCloud lock device. You can see the screen is heavily messed up. Doesn't appear to want to be charging right now. I don't know why. That's a little weird. Wonder why that is. Now the Taptic engine sounds very weird. I do have this other iPhone 8. Got this iPhone 8 right here, which I got a little bit ago. That's MDM locked, not iCloud locked. It's MDM locked. So I think we should do a swap. The good phone to the bad phone's housing, which has no cracks but is heavily scratched. But same color, so it shouldn't matter. Oh, I prefer not to do this. First of all, because phone being so advanced with their locks, the screen's gonna have a warning, and I want to keep the original battery. It's worse than the one that's in the M-locked phone, but I'd rather use the original one. It's going to give me a warning. And we'll see if it gives me a warning, and if it does, we'll swap it. And if it don't, then no need to. Got my little ghetto thing right here. Ghetto screen separator, which doesn't appear to be working the best. So let's see if we can get it. Man, it's like it doesn't want to even come out. I'm pulling up. Oh, it's coming a little bit. Let's actually try again. I feel like ever so slightly it is coming off, but like glued it on with like gorilla strength. But we did manage to get it up. Adhesive, surprisingly. Well, it should be like an iPhone 7 to fix. Oh, I forgot. This has got a different opening procedure than the other iPhones that we have used, but it still should be good. Now, I probably will have to switch the cameras over, because this phone don't like non-genuine or different phone components. Thing from a different phone? Forget about that. I can barely swap the back glass. Or the housing, to be honest. I don't know what locks we're gonna run into or software warnings I'm gonna run into. But to be safe, we will swap the camera over and see if we can leave the rest. What screw does that need? These Phillips head? Not really sure. It might be Phillips head, wait a minute. I don't know if they're Phillips head. I really wanted them to be Phillips head. I think they're this screwdriver though. But there another screw that I'm not aware of. Well, I guess that one worked. For some reason, the one that used to get the Penelope screws out just worked. So I guess I'll just use that one instead. Maybe I'm breaking them, the phone. I don't know. Maybe I'm just breaking the screws. Who knows? Okay. Now we get the screen out. Then we'll take the couple of screws that stayed in the phone. Okay. Now, what I will do, because I know that this phone does not like no new components, well, any of them, I'm gonna take the camera out, and I'm gonna put the one from this phone in there. Now, I don't know if they do cause any warnings, but be safe than to be sorry, right? And we need to get this off. Good, okay. It appears like all the screws are out, or all the connectors are off for the most part. Let me see how hard it is to get this board out. Well, this should just be like a 7. Be very similar to it. So, shouldn't be worried about taking it apart. Let's see. Camera out. Now, let's see. We will need to take that bracket off real quick. Which, okay, that's Phillips. Oh, and we will have to take the other bracket off too. So that's fine. Okay, get that bracket out real quick. Okay. Now, we have to get this one out right here. I don't think that's Phillips. Well, looks like it's probably the smaller one. Yep, okay, I got it. Okay, there we go. Now, should just be able to just pull that back. Give me a little bit of time and just screw the one bottom screw here. And now, motherboard hopefully should lift right out. And it will not, because it's a card drive, which I will swap from the other phone because it's just something you generally should do. Why are we still out? The battery disconnector here. How would you get it off? I don't think, that's probably the battery. Okay, well. Excuse me for not getting that one off. Let's see. What is, oh. We got one connector here. Something else. Now let's see. What do we not have undone right now? It would appear that we have everything undone that we need. But for some reason, as you can tell, it's just not coming out as easy as it. Oh. Okay, now there's something up here. Oh, there's a small little screw that we have to get out right here. Which, now that we got it out, let's see. Oh, there's a, I feel like there's this another screw that we have to get out right here. Little bracket that I have to remove. How do I get this bracket out? Is it even necessary? I think it is needed, right? Not sure. There is another screw that we have to get. Let's see. Looks like it is stuck right there. This bracket. Let's see what we gotta do here. What if I just pull the bracket up real quick and see? Here's that it's, nope, Pearson is good. Pearson it would go up like that, but apparently it's not. So let's just see actually. Anything else? No. Does not appear like there's anything else holding this board in. But you know, I don't actually know. Feels like it's just right here in this one little bracket. Alright. Found out there was an extra screw that I didn't know about right there. So, got the board out. And now, I'll put that over there. And then open up this one, which is heavily cracked. And half the screen don't even work. So, I'll be happy to swap it. Now, probably not going to make much money off of these two phones. Thinking I did get this one for like 60. And the other one I got for like 20, it's like 80. I need to make my money back. This phone took like years to come in, so yeah. And expecting this one to be terrible. It appears that it's already off to a bad start. Ugh. Well, it appears that it's water damaged. Or corroded. Screws are barely even on. And that is an aftermarket screen. Just noticed that too. I don't think any of these components will be usable. I know the motherboard works to an extent, so at least that's good. But dang. I think whatever was this motherboard, Taylor knew about. I think they waited till the expire date for returns were up. They waited till the expire date was up. Probably. Because why else would you, do that? But it doesn't matter. As long as the phone works, I'm gonna be happy as long as it semi works. They did label this as an iPhone 7, so maybe that's what they thought it was. So, yeah. Look at that corrosion that's coming off on my table, right by the camera. I wanted to try to swap the camera, but I don't know if I should. Because of how corroded it is. But we'll check the camera module itself, and we'll see. See if it's actually busted. The rest of the phone looks. At least the important parts of the motherboard are semi unharmed. So I guess that's at least a plus. The part that got damaged was around the camera, which that bracket was gone, so the seller most likely knew what was up. Ugh. Don't know if you could see that, but even more in the actual camera module. I'm just having difficulty coming out. Oh, it's just sharding acid all over my desk. I mean, the camera might work, and we'll see in a minute. But dang, how does the camera get that bad? It's definitely water damage. But it's like not even that bad, so could say like minor damage. Nope, there's a screw right here, I think. Yep. Okay. We got it. Now, can take this board out. I'll be glad to. Oh, I need to take this SIM card tray out, which to make sure I have the other SIM card tray out the way, like nowhere to be found, because yeah, I don't want to use that one. Why in the world is it not? coming off. Looks like the board itself wants to come out, but what in the world? Why is it not coming off? Come on out, phone. You're gonna be in a better place with me. Okay. It's out now. Take that, which is putting shards of acid or whatever on my table. I'll throw it out. Now, I can focus on what really matters. Oh. Let me just make sure this camera lens is good. Good. Okay, that's good. Now, let me just wipe this down real quick. I didn't even check the camera to make sure it was working, but let's see why it wouldn't. Looks pretty okay. It's just a little gunky, but we'll put it in. Looks good. Looks pretty good. Okay. Now let's put the good motherboard in. Sure, none of these thousands of cables are covered. None of them cables to be covered, and I didn't put the whole phone together. That would not be good. Which? Okay. Alright. Looks like it's in pretty well. Let's... let me give it a little wipe down real quick. That... It's a little musky there. It's a little bad. And I just gotta make sure that it's not gonna break. Okay, now we'll get a couple of the connectors on quick. Now, got that in. Just pretty good. Now let's get this one secret screw in, which I'll have to move the camera out the way to get the secret screw in. One that I don't know why they hid it. Like they didn't want no one to see it. Probably a tactic to keep people from putting their devices up to repair them. Oh, that's self-repair, which I get, but we don't like. No one likes being able to repair their devices because it puts more in landfills if only the person that made it can work on it. So yeah. Just gotta make sure these connectors are like good. You wanna put them on? I don't know which one goes to the battery, which is a shame, but that battery should have no charge literally really any charge, so still I know a little dangerous, but that should be fine, you know. Famous last words, but no, I should. No. Let's see. Take the camera out again so we get this one connector in. Might be an antenna, so I know this is the first one that had a lot of them locked, so I don't think they locked everything down yet, but I know a lot of it is, so you'll be surprised to see how much isn't. Snow and Apple, they like to lock everything. Screw does not want to go in that standoff, I say. Why is it not going in? Oh. Maybe backwards? Yeah, it makes sense now. Okay. Come on. Go where it needs to go, though. All you gotta do is go where you need to go, and then I will do nothing else. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Of course, it's not magnetic. Would it not be magnetic? This don't look right, but I don't know. I'll come back to that bracket. Oh no. I'll come back to that bracket. Never do that. Like, come on, what's the fun in that? It's definitely the wrong standoff. Okay. Alright. One bad thing about me is I don't keep my screws organized, so I feel like I found the screw that works, so. It's very similar to the 7, but it does have some differences, like a couple more connectors and stuff, so yeah. I have never taken a 7 motherboard out of a phone. I just never needed to do that, but I will say I am doing pretty good for someone who has not ever took an iPhone 7 motherboard out, let alone this be an iPhone 8 motherboard. So I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well. These screws have to be Penelope, and I'm trying to put them in a Penelope screwdriver. Really? Test something. Okay. Now let me just. I think we need one screw there, which goes to the bracket. It's a bracket screw. Which I don't know how the bracket went. Would be nice to know. Right. So the bracket goes like. It's like that. Now, how am I going to get it to go? I don't know because I don't think the screws are magnetic. And where did that one screwdriver go? Oh, it's right here. Okay. I don't think they're magnetic. And, well, that's the only way I can put them on. So, it might take me a little bit of time. But, it should actually work after a while. I should be able to get it. So let's try. Oh. I think it might be exactly where it needs to go. Yep. Yep. Now we just have to get this little standoff on, and then we should have that bracket on, which be something else we could take off the list, which and it's in. Don't know where it goes, but it was in. Oh, I see where it goes. It goes right like that, but it's naturally not going to go where it needs to go, which is naturally you'd think the bracket will be where it's supposed to be, but I may have bent the bracket a little. So, currently not going to go there. So I'd have to improvise and make believe it does go there. It might just maybe go where it needs to go, but I don't know. No. Just lift the bracket up a little. Just lift the bracket up like that. No. Just slide it in the bracket, and now we'll get the screwdriver. We'll get another screwdriver. One will like line the bracket up, and then the other one will, one will line it up. The other one will put it where it needs to go. Now, let's see, is that where it needs to go? I think it's about where it needs to go anyway. Right now, let's see. And go where you need to go. Go right there. And yep, just went in where it needed to go. Clicked in. We're good there. Now there's a space for another. There's a space for another screw. So we'll have to put the other screw there. Which I believe it's this one. Oh, they're magnetic to different things. Didn't know that. Or no, maybe not. Looks like a bigger screw, but I don't know. Doesn't look like the screw I have here, but it would appear that they're magnetic, but not really. It's like that one screwdriver actually sticks to them, but not really straight on. So now do that, and we can get the correct screwdriver. We can screw it on in, which it's in now. Let's see. Is that a... Yes, it is. Oh. It's gonna be a problem. We got one of the brackets underneath of the motherboard, but I think with a little bit of forcing, we can probably get the bracket from underneath of the board. Or not. But that's fine. We can... Well, that goes to the actual bracket for this front camera. I'm just guessing at this point because I don't know how it was taken off the phone, so I really don't know how it goes back on. So probably should know, but don't really know. So you'll hear that. Unless there's screws that go for the brackets, would appear that we got everything plugged in or screwed in. We got everything screwed in. So I'm focused my attention on the screen now, which this good screen. So I'll take this, our bad home button. That's not going to work on our display that we got here. I'm going to just put it on the other phone. And vice versa. Now, we can take that off and always good to start with the bad home button first, because it's done wrong. First of all, oh, yep, it's done wrong. Yep, it's 100% done wrong. So, I can blame myself for doing it wrong, and I could say we didn't damage the good home buttons, so we still have a chance. I don't know what happened to that home button and why it's not, but it's like, just get this home button off. I don't even care about it anymore, so we did mess it up. I did it very carefully, and I did manage to get the home button off without busting it at all, without breaking it, so put it in very gently. So if I look at it wrong, then it obviously will break, so. And I've broken enough phones already, so I kind of don't need to stop. So, yeah. Kind of need to stop breaking phones, so I'll go here and just plug the home button in, and then we'll just sit it back on. You can see. You can't see, I'm just shaking because I'm a little nervous that I might break that. But, ooh. But as of now, I shouldn't be, because I did the hard part. I did the hard part, so should be very calm now. I did the part I needed to do first. I did a good job, so no point in being nervous anymore. I still am nervous, so yeah. Ooh. Just put it on very gently, so it don't break. Okay, putting this away. But since this home button was already taken off of another phone, maybe it was easier to replace. I'm just guessing it was easier to take off. Now I do need to take this camera off because, you know, iPhone don't like ungenuine, unoriginal stuff, or Apple doesn't. They just want you to get more money from you. But I'm not gonna let them. We're gonna have only the things that really need to be swapped over. And I will check the we'll have to check the battery. That's one of the things I'm not sure about. I believe on the 8s, you're good with swapping the batteries. Perfectly fine. So I shouldn't have no issues with the battery. But like I said, I want to be safe. Okay, we got the camera module. Let's see if we can get this camera actually out. You got another bracket. Okay, good. To be attached there. That. So the other screen, the other camera should just come right out because it's the original screen, so. They didn't give no screen warning, so. They don't know if it actually was. Warnings or not. I didn't check settings, so I don't actually percent know for sure, but that don't look good. Like some sensor or something that I didn't take off good. Okay, so now then this one, I have to be very cautious. I didn't even take the back stuff off. Wait a minute. You see, they didn't even take the back film off to the screen. That's how good of a repair the last person did. It's crazy. Because I would have thought, looking at this phone, that it was just someone that broke their phone, you know. Not like, oh, all the components have been broken and this and that. They've been replaced, so. Okay. The bracket off, which, okay, good. Now I can take that off, which, need to be careful with this now. Because I can't afford to break this one now. Oh, it's very easy because it's been replaced before, so it shouldn't be hard. If you already did it once to the device, then it should just make it all looser, adhesive and stuff. So yeah, went off perfectly, and now I can transfer this stuff to the new display. It'll be the third display I've ever gotten, which is wild to think. Usually get one or two, but not three. But you know, some people just mess their phones up, and what you gonna do about it? Okay, we can get this put in. Oh yeah, I think this goes underneath. To go like that or like this? Goes like this. Okay. Man. Why are they gonna make the speaker magnetic too? No. 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 No magnet. No, it went underneath of the... Let's... I'm gonna put it in the hole before I put it on the phone. Okay. touch it right now. It's behaving. Okay, good. It's on. Good. It's on good enough. It's on just like that. But we do have another screw that we just need to go on. I'll put that one on. It's too. Put the wrong one on. This one might work. Yep. Now I can put the camera bracket back on the phone. Which, there we go. Now I'm gonna just screws on. At least the last person that repaired it didn't break the home button. If they broke the original home button, I would have been. The only thing in an iPhone that really matters for the most part. Alright, got that screw in. Got all the screws in. Now I think we can reattach the display. Make sure it's in frame. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna put the screen on. Which apparently wants to be on like that, so we'll let it do what it wants. Feels fine actually. Now I need to get the other two screens for the LCD on. Which what in the world was that going on? Don't freak out. So when you do that, then you break stuff. So take your time. Okay. Okay, now let's plug it in and see if we get any charge. Yep. Well, come back to you when it's turned. Alright, got the phone to cut on. And let me plug it in real quick. Now, doesn't have no display warnings. I think True Tone stops working. Let's see if True Tone works. This is on the latest OS, so True. How do we use True Tone? Should be like right here, dark mode. But it should say True Tone, right? The finger. Oh. Fingerprint sensor is original. Okay, I don't think this has True Tone, but not seeing no display warnings or nothing like that, so I think we did good. Now I'm up. Turn it off. The battery health was at 99%, so we did good. Now, I'll try to put the brackets on just to put them on for now. Probably going to put the screen adhesive on it, but not right this second. So I want to make sure I don't lose the screws for the bracket. That would just be terrible. You have a tendency to lose misplaced stuff, so it wouldn't be the first time, but it wouldn't need to happen. You didn't want to go on the phone for a second there. Well, it does have some nice and shiny screws, but not like your device. Should any of that matter? Okay. Now I gotta do the camera bracket. Yeah, the front camera bracket. Don't know. That's the right bracket. Don't know, but gotta be one of these. Okay. Alright, let's see. If I recall, it's like it's gonna go like that, so it looks like it goes like that. Okay. So let's put it on. Right screw placement. Okay. Now we'll get the last one and should be good to go. And then we will get the adhesive, but I'm not going to do that on camera. It's already spent enough time fixing this phone. Make sure all these screws are good. The screws look like they're in there, and they look to be good. Okay. Now I'll just temporarily put it on. It's supposed to be so I can get a final result. Now I'll put the bottom screws on so I do not lose them. For a minute there, I didn't think it would cut on. Okay, let's put this bottom screw in real quick. Alright, need to make sure wireless charging is working real quick. Yep. Let me make sure the speaker's working. Now, I did find out that this Taptic engine wasn't even in at all. I mean, this could be replacement housing, for all I know. Actually, might be replacement housing. I'm not sure. I mean, looks very good though. I don't know, but yeah. Let's let me test this phone out. First of all, I need to plug it up. It's at 99% battery health, so should be good. Okay, let's. Oh, why is it not charging? Whenever I plug it in my computer, it just doesn't charge for some reason. That's weird. It's not charging right now. It is getting detected. Okay, it's just something to do with my computer and not my phone right here. Let's see, is the flash working? Well, yeah. Can tell that's working. Let's try Bluetooth. Maybe Bluetooth isn't working. Got my AirPods right here. It should. Yeah. Yep. It just showed up. Now, sound. Maybe the speaker's broke now. Well, let's say one thing. Seems very quiet. But I wouldn't say it's broke. Wait a minute. I don't know if there's any sound coming out the bottom. But I can get my testing app and I can test it real quick. Alright, y'all, I've fully tested the phone and the bottom microphone was not working. Now, I did get the bottom mic to work now. Okay, just plugged out. I did get the bottom mic to work. I had to swap it out of the other one, which I swapped this component. I don't know if that's the bottom mic, but it felt like the speaker wasn't working, and that's why. And as you see, the bottom mic is working now. Well, this phone's good to go. Just gotta replace the adhesive around it, and should be ready to sell it.